Mark looked up and said, you know what? I think it's time to finally tackle painting the house.
Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over.
This place
All
is
that I know is
magical.
we'll get older. So let us dance this night away.
Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. It is bright and early today. People are already out mowing their lawns and trimming their bushes, and I happened to look out and saw that my mint over here was looking a little sad. So I decided to give it a little drink of water before we head out for the morning. So Mark is out golfing, and my sister and I, we are going to head to the farmer's market specifically for strawberries. It is strawberry season, and there is a farmer out there that has the best, most delicious sweet strawberries out there, and I want to make sure that we get there in plenty of time before they sell out. So I'm gonna go ahead, grab some water, grab my sister, and then I will meet you guys over at the market. Oh, that's a good bunch. We are back home now, and when I got here, I went ahead and cut up some of the strawberries that I got, as well as some basil, and I put those together in a bowl, poured some sugar over top, so those could just get nice and juicy later on for a mocktail cocktail. And so while that's sitting, I thought that I would come back here to the backyard and show you guys some of the really pretty updates that we've made since the last time you've seen it. So you guys guys know that I really want to turn this space into our backyard oasis. And so that means for me of just like adding in some new furniture, which will be coming soon. We want to add in some really great seating areas around the space. Of course, add in some flowers and new bushes and just little touches just to make the space like just really cozy and beautiful. And so we still have a ways to go, but we're getting there. And so I just wanted to show you guys some of the updates that we've done so far. We've had this furniture for a while, and so we just pulled this back out now that the weather is getting much better, and I just think it looks really great. We've added in some potted plants, and of course you guys have seen this big planter. I went ahead and trimmed the bushes several weeks ago. The creeping jennies are doing well. I'm just dying for them to start to fall over, but they are growing well. They're doing well in that spot, and I'm hoping within the next month or so we'll start to see those creep over the side. So we also got lots of plants that I went ahead and planted into just little planters like you guys can see here. I think they're really pretty, and Mark wanted color. I could have had everything green out here, to be perfectly honest, but he wanted some color, so I went ahead and made sure that the space had lots of color. I really love this space on the other side of the planter, and last week Mark went through this area and kind of tilled everything, and it made it look really, really pretty. We also added in kind of this border along the section that I think just nicely sets it apart from the grassy area, and I just really love how it looks. So we went ahead and planted these kind of spiky bushes along the back side of this space, and I'm hoping in time, probably another month or two, they'll start to get big and kind of really fill out that back space. And then we also planted some flowers. They were flowering earlier in the week, but now they seem to the flowers have gone away, but we planted them one here, one the other side of that rock, and then one over there. And I really love these little iron pieces. I got this from a market in Ohio that happens every summer that my dad used to sell some of his garden items in. And I just absolutely love these when I saw them, and I wanted to go ahead and just pick up two. I just think they add a nice little decoration here behind the big planter. We made some edits to the shed, and I just think that it looks really, really cute. So a couple of years ago, my parents came to visit, and my dad went all over the yard and found all of these rocks here, and he kind of just created this border around this area, and I just think that it looks really, really good. So the other day we were at Home Depot, and I happened to see these trees, and I just fell in love with them and thought that they would look really cute outside of the shed. They were only $39, and so we went ahead and picked up two. So cute. And so then I also found these hanging planters on Amazon, and when they came, I just filled them with some of the flowers that I got. You'll notice here that I have some of my favorite creeping jenny, and eventually, you know, as the summer goes on, they will grow and fall over, and I think it's just gonna fill out to look really nice there. We have this woodsy area in our backyard, and what we did to kind of separate this area from the grassy area is again add that black border all the way around the edge. So you'll see there's lots of dirt, especially on this side, and what we've done is add some grass seed, and hopefully we will have grass that will go all the way up to that border very soon, and I think it'll just make for a really nice edge. Another thing that we did is we bought these planters, and we have several of them throughout the yard. You'll see them here, there's one back there, another one here, another one there. I think I bought 6 of them, and I think that they're just going to be really pretty in another month or so. I planted them with impatient flowers, and if you know anything about impatient flowers, these are going to get really tall and really big, and it's just going to be, I think, just really nice bushes of color throughout throughout the summer season, and I really do love those. Another thing that I'm loving are these solar lights that my parents bought for us. We have had them for a couple of weeks now, and they just let out the nicest glow in the evening time. So I'll be sure to come back out here this evening so that you guys can see them. So I'm sure you see this area here. Doesn't look beautiful right now, but trust and believe, I'm going to be changing that. So when we were putting down the border here, Mark just put the extra back there as we were kind of working in this front area. And when I saw that, I was like, exactly how it is, I think it would make for a really cool fire pit area. Now we would probably have to get rid of a couple of trees, probably this one, maybe that one as well. But I think that we're gonna go ahead and either lay some pebble stone down. We thought about maybe paving it with concrete or maybe getting like slabs of rock, but I wanna go ahead and get some chairs, get a fire pit, and I think this area is just gonna look really, really pretty. Probably put some more potted plants out there. But I have a vision for this area, and in a couple of weeks, just give me a couple of weeks, and it's gonna look much different. So the next area I'll show you are these pavers that we put here in the grass. Right now they're just set upon the grass, but we're going to definitely cut out space for each of these so they kind of sink down a little bit so that Mark can row the lawnmower over top of them. But I thought it would just be kind of cool just to have little stepping stones as you go over to our garden area. So this table and chair set was Mark's, and he's had it for a really long time. And we thought about getting rid of it, but I was like, why don't we just keep it? Because I feel like at some point we might actually need it or want to use it. And so once we had this space kind of cleared out, I thought that it would be really nice to have a little seating area here. So what I plan to do is put some cushions in each of the chairs, and then in the center there's a hole in the table, and I think that I want to put a nice little umbrella there. I just think that it'll be a nice seating area. I can totally see myself coming out here, picking some veggies from the garden and sitting down with a cocktail or my coffee. I just think that it's really cute, and I just want to have like these special spaces around the property that you can sit and you can gather and just be by yourself or have a conversation. We'll have the fire pit area. We'll have this area here. Of course, we have the porch and the deck. So I'm really loving how it's all coming together. I want this just to be like the perfect entertainment area. So those are all of the things that we've kind of been working on over the last week and a half or so. And like I said, over time, we are going to see things kind of get bigger and get fuller, things start to flower. And I can't wait to finally show you guys how the backyard looks once everything is kind of matured and lush and even more beautiful than it already is. I just think that it looks really beautiful right now, and it can only get better from here. So if you guys have been following me on my newsletter, then you already know that we are working on a very big project that is coming up very, very soon. And so that is, we are going to be repainting the exterior of our house. Now, the exterior color of our house has not been my favorite since the very beginning. I just never liked the color. I never liked the trim. I didn't like the shutters, but it's a very, very expensive job to do. And we just have kind of put it off because we've had so many other projects in our lineup. And so while we were out here and we were kind of just doing the yard, Mark looked up and said, you know what? I think it's time to finally tackle painting the house. And my ears perked up and I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah, let's call someone and get an estimate and see what's possible. And so we called over our favorite painters, Gonzalez Painting. They did our living room, dining room, kitchen. They are fabulous, so professional, so quick. And so they came over a couple of days later, gave us a quote, and we are going to go for it. So in my newsletter, I have shared all of the colors that we can potentially paint our house, and that is the hardest part. The first hardest part was saying, okay, let's go ahead and do it. The next hardest part is picking out a paint color. So with that, we are going to go and get in the car, and we're just going to drive around the neighborhood and look for some paint options. And I'm hoping to just get inspired. There's a couple of houses here in the neighborhood that I really love, but I just want to take a look and to see what other people are doing and see if I can just kind of figure out even what direction I want to go in. So this is very, very exciting. Oh, and guess what? Guess what? The painters are coming this Wednesday, as in like, I don't know what day today is. It's all a blur, but like 4 days from now. So we have to make a decision very quickly, and I'm gonna need you guys' help. So let me go and grab my sister, and we're just gonna take a ride around the neighborhood and see what inspiration we can find. We're back home, and I think we had a really successful trip kind of driving around to all of the neighborhoods in this area. I think for the most part, I've narrowed down kind of our color options. I'm really liking the olive greens, the blues and the navies, as well as the kind of the dark creams going into a khaki color. We'll see. Tomorrow we're going to go to Sherwin-Williams and pick up some paint samples, and then we'll go ahead, get those up onto the house, and then we'll kind of go from there. Very exciting, also a little nervous. But for the rest of the evening, I went ahead, I made a cocktail using the strawberries from the farmer's market. If you remember, I cut up some strawberries, put some basil in there as well, sprinkled some sugar, and just kind of let it sit all day. And so it made this nice little syrupy mixture that I put into a glass and just topped it off with a little Prosecco. And so this is going to be my cocktail for the evening. So when it gets a little bit darker outside, I'll come back on and show you guys the backyard so that you can see that really pretty glow that comes from the lights that my parents bought us. So for now, I'm going to leave you, but I will pick you back up in the morning. Cheers. Oh, that's really good and refreshing. with the gym, and actually I am really proud of myself. This morning I just had a rough time getting up. I just was not feeling going to the gym, but I went anyway, and I ended up swimming 44 laps, which based on the length of the pool at our gym, that equals 1 mile. And not only did I swim 1 mile, but I swam it the fastest that I ever did. So I am extremely proud of myself. We have been going to the gym like I think 3 or 4 months, and I'm just really proud of myself. I feel stronger, I just feel better, I feel lighter, I feel like I have more energy. And it's funny because it seems like a lot of the things that I'm doing at the gym is just helping me do some things in regular life. Like all of the swimming that I have been doing has really helped me become a better snorkeler. When we went snorkeling while we were in Mexico, I just felt stronger. I felt like I could go for a longer distance, and so that's amazing. And then I think too, like when I'm out on the gym floor and I'm doing some weightlifting, I think it was just the strength for me to be able to hold up on that bar when I did the zip lining down into the water while we were out doing that cenote tour in Mexico. Just really helped me just to be able to hang on to that bar. I wasn't even sure if I was going to have enough strength for that, but I did. And so I'm just really, really proud of myself. 44 laps. That's amazing. So anyway, went home, got dressed, and decided not to have coffee at home because I wanted to try this coffee shop that's in Chapel Hill, which is like 12 minutes away from my house. And I've been wanting to try it for a really long time and just have never made the time. So I thought that I would do that today. So I brought my laptop. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to find a little table, maybe do some little work. I have some work that I need to do for my day job, as well as get started on editing this video so that you guys have something to watch on Sunday. So yeah, I'm hoping just to do a little bit of work and do some coffee, or get some coffee. And then after I do that, I'm gonna head over to Sherwin-Williams and pick out some paint colors for the house. And I'm really, really excited about that. But first, coffee.
Jessica?
This is the coolest place. There's all sorts of little areas that you can sit and grab a seat. I'm sitting here kind of up on the first level, but there's stairs that go down and little walking trails, and they have little cafe seats and really pretty cafe lights down there. There wasn't any seats available, otherwise I would have sat down there, but this is just very cool. I can't believe this is right down the street and I've never been here. Very, very cool. So of course I got an oat milk lavender latte. I got a little croissant just to eat here. Here is my computer. and I am about to get to work, but I can't think of a more perfect area to work today. Oh, let me take a sip first. Oh, that was delicious. Oh, that's so good. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. That was awesome. This place is magical. Cannot believe I've never been here. Trust and believe. I will be coming here at least once a week to get some work done. That was wonderful. Wow. All right, let's go to Sherwin-Williams and pick out some paint colors. I got the paint colors and I really love all of the colors that I got and cannot wait to get home so I can get them up on the house and see what they look like and of course show you guys. But before I go home, there is one shop that I want to go to that I've been meaning to go to, and it's called Casabella Market, and it's actually right here. I can it's probably just walk over there. It's right there. It is a small women-owned business, and inside there's lots of good stuff for your homes, lots of home decor, lots of gifts, lots of local brands. And actually my friend Ashlyn has a booth in here. And so I thought, since it's 25 steps that way, I might as well go and check it out, and then we'll go home and look at the paint. So let's go to Casabella Market. telling you guys that I was here because Ashlyn has a booth here, and here she is. Oh my God, I love her so much, and she has amazing stuff in there. I'll tell you guys all about it in just a second. That was so much fun, just going around that beautiful, beautiful shop. They have so many amazing things, and I could have spent a lot more money than I did, but I just ended up getting those 3 baskets that I think are going to be really pretty out on the porch. We are going to be redecorating the entire porch after the house is painted, and I think that those 3 baskets are really just going to make it nice and homey out there. So they have a lot of amazing things, as you saw, for your house, as well as amazing gifts. And obviously the icing on the cake being in the shop was when Ashlyn walked in. It was such a nice surprise to see her there, and it was just good to catch up. And she was actually bringing in some new items so that she could put those into her space, and it was just a really good time to see her and just to finally be able to visit the shop. So I am gonna head home now, get changed, and then we're gonna go ahead and put some of these samples up on the house. So I will see you in just a bit. I am back home, and I am very excited to finally get these paint samples up on the house. It is one thing to see these samples on a piece of paper, but it's a whole nother experience to actually see them up on the house. So our painters come on Wednesday, so that gives me several days to kind of just live with each color. I want to see what they look like in all of the different lights throughout the day. I know now it's kind of mid-afternoonish, and so I'm assuming that the color that it looks like right now will probably look much different tomorrow in the bright morning sun. We get a lot of bright and heavy sunlight on the house early in the day throughout probably like 2-3 o'clock, and then of course the sun starts to fade out. And I just want to make sure that during that time later in the day, the colors that I love so much in the morning, hopefully they're not too dark towards the evening. We shall see. That's why we're going to go through this process. It's a little scary because it's like, this isn't just painting a wall or painting a piece of furniture. Those things can be changed very easily without, spending too much money. But this is a very expensive project, and we just want to make sure that we're gonna get it right. So we're gonna go ahead, paint all of the samples onto the house, see if we love, if anything, kind of stands out that we love, or do we need to go back to the store and get other options? I don't know, but that's why we want to do this now while we have some time before the painters come on Wednesday to get started. I really am going to need you guys' help, so please, down in the comments, please share your thoughts on what color you think that we should go with. I'm hoping that once we get some of the colors up, there's going to be some standouts that we absolutely love, and on paper I already have those, so I'm going to be very interested to see what they look like on the house. So how about I switch around the camera and I will show you guys what the actual paint colors look like. Okay, this first one is called Travel Gear. I think this one is more of like the bluish gray color. Oh no, this is more of kind of like that sagey green color of that house, actually, that's right around the corner that I really, really love. They have kind of like this sagey green with kind of like the almond or like a beige creamy trim. So yeah, that's really pretty. This next one is called Gray Fleece. That's pretty. Like that. Kind of like the idea of going a little bit lighter. This next one is Distinct Taupe. And it looks like this. So just a little bit more taupey. I think this one here is just a little lighter, more of a khaki. Actually, I'm gonna just move this over here. There's that. Then the next one is Ornamental Grass. This is another kind of green color that we were thinking about. So That could be pretty. Again, I think that if we did a green like this, we would probably do the trim and the shutters in more of like those two colors together, which could be really pretty. So we have that. And then the last one is the darkest color. Kind of, we're hoping that it's on the house gonna lean more towards blue, but I have a feeling it's probably gonna be a little bit more on the gray side. This is called Gray Jacket, so that already tells you something there. But yeah, on paper, it looks a lot more blue. Right here, definitely leaning towards the gray, but we'll see what it looks like on the house, and then of course, within the different lights. Going to be a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, and it's given me a lot of anxiety. I'm thinking right off the bat, this is a no, right? It's just not the right color. It looked pretty on the paper, on the house, it's a no. This one, I feel like there needs to be a little bit more like green in there. I wanted it to be more of like an olive color, like the house that's around the corner, but I don't know if that's what I'm getting. Now, of course, I'm gonna have to put a second coat on here just to really see the color. This is pretty. It's definitely giving off more gray, but it's actually really pretty. And I think with more of like an almond, maybe these two colors, so that could be the shutter and the trim, and then that color is the main house. I don't know, I like that. I also kind of like going lighter. Oh, you guys help me. I don't know which one that I like the best. I'm gonna have to get my sister and Mark, and maybe I can get Rosalind over here too, just to give their opinions. But if there's any like front runners that you guys see already, I know it's kind of the light isn't the best over here. Maybe I can go out into the front of the house, but if there's any front runners that you see, let me know. I think this one is an immediate no. This one potentially, but I think that there's another color that I might like to try. I do really like that. I think that would make it like a really nice pop. The rest of our neighbors all have very light colored houses, and so I kind of like there being this difference of a pop of like I think it just would look really rich, but it's a big commitment, right? I don't know. I'm gonna just kind of walk around the house, see how I like everything, get my sister and Mark out here, and yeah, we'll look at this again in the morning. But yeah, this is hard. I am on my way to Sherwin-Williams. We've spent the last few hours just kind of sitting and going around the house looking at all of the different samples. And for sure, we definitely have two front runners, which is number 1 and number 3. I think they both just look really nice, no matter what the lighting is, no matter what side of the house that we look at. So I want to just make 100% sure that the color that we select for next Wednesday is something that we all love. And so there's a couple of more colors that I want to just kind of look at on the house, and so I'm going to go over here to Sherwin-Williams and grab those and see what those look like on the house, just to make 100% sure. And then after that, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and pick up some stuff for dinner. I've been wanting like a spaghetti bolognese, and so I think I'm gonna go to the grocery store and pick up a few things for that dinner tonight. And then I think we're probably just gonna stay at home and probably sit out on the back porch and just continuing looking at the colors, just to make 100% sure that we're making the right decision. So I'll see you guys around. Thank you.
No.
Have a good one.
You got it?
Yep, I got it.
You got
You
the
too.
book, right?
Yep, I got it. Thank you.
Please remember to take your receipt. Thank you for shopping at Wexford.
That's exactly what I needed. It's so good. If I don't say so myself. Good night. Oh, that is so good. So I've been following a girl, her name is Chloe, over on YouTube, and every morning she gets up and makes a strawberry matcha, and that's what I decided to make this morning. I just took some of my oat creamer, added in some strawberry powder, mixed that together, made my matcha with just a little bit of water, couple scoops of matcha powder, blended that all together and poured them into this glass, and it is absolutely delicious. As you guys know, I have really been into matcha lately, and this is a great variation. Oh, that is so good. I could drink that right now. So anyway, the colors are up here, and I still think we are loving 1 and 3. I think we're probably leaning towards 3 a little bit, but I did pick up 3 more colors yesterday at Sherwin-Williams that I'm going to go ahead and put on the house as well. It's really been great to see them in the different lights just this morning. Everything is looking different except for this one. The number 3 is just, no matter where we put it on the house, I have it, here, I have it on the deck, I have it on the side and in the front. It all looks the same no matter what time of day, and I really do love that. So right now, that is the front runner, but we'll see. I have 3 other colors that as soon as I'm done finishing my matcha, I'll go ahead and place those up onto the wall. But I'm pretty happy with our selection, and I'm really happy that both Tara and Mark kind of are on the same page as me. So I am going to finish up this delicious matcha, and then I'll pull out the paints, and then we'll get to painting. So this first one is the aggregate. Let's see what that looks like. It's really pretty. This second one is the tattoo, so that's the much darker gray. And that's really pretty. And for the most part, the colors are showing up pretty accurately on camera. And then this one is the serpent. And that's pretty too. Oh, I probably just made my job a little harder. No, I probably just made my job a little bit harder. We initially said we really liked dark green, an olive green, and a blue in terms of the colors that we kind of are really gravitating to the most. And so again, the blue up here, just really gorgeous. But if we're thinking about the greens, I think that this one, I think that's really pretty. And I think that that really makes for a really great olive green. So again, that house that I just love that's right over there is that olive green, and then it has like an almond kind of beigey trim around it. I think that's the color. But I still really like the blue. I really kind of like this dark green gray. The one on the bottom, I probably will say no to that one, but I think it's probably this guy are my top three. But again, we're gonna just continue to live with them. I'm gonna paint the rest of the house. I want you guys to, I'm gonna put this up on the screen with all of the numbers, and I really need you guys to help me with this decision. It is a very hard one. I have some clear standouts, but if you guys think differently, then for sure, let me know. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and paint the rest of the house, and then probably pull Mark and Tara back out to see what they think. But I think we're at least in the right direction.
I'm liking this one.
Me too. I love those two.
But I don't know if that's too dark. I don't know.
Because it kind of
This
is like
one
the
is-
green from the house that we like back there.
Yeah.
That green, I think, is the perfect green.
Or is that green?
I think this.
I don't think this one. I think this one's
That's
out.
out.
Right. 1 and 3 had been our, and I'm still good with those.
But I also really do like that.
Which?
Those
this one?
two. Yeah, I like 1 and 3 and A and B. Rosalind's here, so let's see what she thinks about the colors. What about this one?
I don't think I like that either.
Okay.
I don't hate that one. Like if you want it green, the bottom one.
The bottom.
Yeah, I don't hate that one.
Okay.
I'm not sure how I feel about that middle one down here. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
But you know, I am immediately drawn. My eye goes right to that blue.
To the blue.
But I'm a blue person. I love blue. So.
Right. Rosalind just left, and for the most part, we are on the same page. There were some colors that she threw out right away, and then all of her favorites were all of our favorites. So I think that we are onto something here, and so we're kind of down to the last maybe 2-3 options to try to figure out what is going to be our color. And so the next thing is it's like, okay, once I figure out what the color of the house is going to be, then I need to figure out like what the trim is going to be. And are we going to take down the shutters? Or are we going to keep the shutters? And if we keep the shutters, what color are those going to be? What color is the door going to be? I really am wanting to do a wood stained door. So I definitely want to do something brown, but I don't know if I want it to be like a walnut brown or a pine. It really is going to depend on the color paint that we choose. And so there's a lot of decisions that need to be made by Wednesday, but I think that we're on a really good track right now. And I think that once we finally say that is going to be our house color, then everything else I think is just going to fall into place. At least I hope so. So what we plan to do for the rest of today and just for the rest of the next several days is just again sit with these colors, keep looking at them, keep walking around the house throughout the day, and just see which one says absolutely yes. So again, I am putting the options down here or over here for you guys with numbers. I would love it so much if you would comment down below and let me know what you're thinking. Are you kind of on the same track of what we're thinking in terms of those colors? Especially, I think it was the 1, the 3, I believe the 6 and possibly the 7. I don't know. I mean, there's lots and lots of options, and I just am really excited to find out what you guys are thinking. So I have this list here. If you could comment down below, I would appreciate it so much. So with that, I am going to let you go. I hope that you guys have enjoyed following me along for the last several days. We have a lot of fun projects going on. Next video, you guys will be seeing the first steps of getting the house all painted, which is very exciting. I don't know by next Sunday if the house will be done. I'm thinking probably not, but I think we're going to be close. So I'm at least going to give you a glimpse of how things are going. And then don't think that I've forgotten about the bathroom and the kitchen, because those are right around the corner, and I'll be talking about those next week. And then we just have project after project after project planned. We have a very busy and fun summer coming up, and of course you guys are going to be along for it all. So with that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you over on the newsletter on Friday, and then right back here next Sunday. Bye.